All right. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Eh, There we go. Greetings and salutations. Tis time for some D&D. So, looks like we got everybody. So, I'm gonna round them up and we're gonna get started in a minute here. All right. All right. Who would like to do a recap?
Forward to hearing this recap.
You missed good RP.
Oh, I'm so sad.
Really good RP. Opal had to disassociate from it.
Why did Opal have to disassociate from it?
Hildren and
Siblings
Niavara
fighting.
fought.
Yeah, siblings fighting in front of her. Opal grabbed her bag of holding and put her head in it. Smile. It's not like
Velvet
she
and
could take
Euphoria
damage to
fought.
it.
You
Yeah,
guys
go
fought.
ahead.
I'm definitely gonna have to go look that shit up.
Niavara has an accent. Surprise!
Niavara has an accent.
It's the same as Vildren's.
That makes sense.
She's a lying liar pants who lies, of course.
Wait, what's the date today? 21st.
22nd.
Thank you.
That was a great recap.
Oh yeah, let's hear a little more.
Well, ultimately, what happened?
All I remember the most is, like,
the last bit, I have awful memory.
Can we go back to the map so visual aids?
Hey, what if you did chronologically? Oh, visual aids. Okay.
Oh yeah, visual aids help me majorly. All right,
But-
so obviously
Go
we
ahead.
had, survived getting not eaten. Yay, everyone! Congratulations.
But
Yeah.
the cloaks, right? The cloakers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is that where we ended? Did we end right when? in
That
the big-
cloakers. Yeah. So Jay Cloaker, we're ending. The Mimic's dead. And then of course, our old friend, Sir Tentacled the First. The tentacles attacked again.
Oh,
This one had a really
great.
nasty gimmick to it. If I recall correctly, it was like it was moving around, inhabiting new spaces. Very annoying. Marius,
Great.
once again, wasn't really doing anything to help us. King shit, really.
Who wasn't
He's like,
doing
I'm out.
anything to help us?
Yeah. He's like, I'm
Who?
out of spell slots. Marius.
Oh, yeah, he hasn't been that helpful.
I'm out of spell slots, actually. Sorry, babes. My ultimate dragons took it all out of me, so I had to sit out while you guys duke this out.
Oh, his Hanzo ultimate?
Exactly. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's not Dueling Dragons.
You're asking
Why
me
were
to
you
dig
out of
deep.
Why did you have to
Whatever.
sit it out, Neobara?
Huh? He joking.
Why-
He did. He just
Marius
had it
is
out.
sitting out. Marius is sitting out, not Neavara.
Oh, I thought Neobara said she was. Okay.
If Neobar had willingly sat out this fight, I think we would all be dead.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Because there was a rider effect where it stunned you for a turn.
Oh,
Yeah, meaning passive damage only was doing damage.
well.
It was not fun. I mean, it was like, you know what I mean. You understand.
Yeah.
Zedrin, Neavara, Opal, and Veldrin, with all the powers of evil, defeated the super cephalopod.
The powers of evil?
Yes.
The cephalopod, you said?
Yeah, defeated the cephalopod.
Yay.
And as soon as we defeated the cephalopod,
Oh, this time it was crawling along the ground. It wasn't through a portal.
yes, it was like some black ichor that came out from something.
Huh.
And if I recall correctly, yeah, I remember. We finished the fight. We were all like, done for the day. We were all like half dead, out of everything. And Veldrin, ever the intellectual, licks it.
No, he didn't. He got a container. He got a container and wanted to put it in the container.
He licked it.
What? The
He
goop?
did not. No, Zed gave him a bottle. Zed gave him a bottle that had an unidentified liquid in it. And Veldrin was like, "Are you okay with me pouring this out?" And Zed was like, "Yeah, fine." So Veldrin poured it out, and he was going to try and scoop up some of the ichor to find something out about it, and it launched itself and attached to his face.
Another face hugger
Ooh,
situation. It did not
nice.
just decide to face hug him, though. It also, curled around him and formed some giant swords that were going to, launch straight into his back.
No, into his head.
Yeah. And kill him. Presumptively. Thankfully, we had, I think, 2 whole rounds to, try and knock it off of him. Like, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. We get it off. Ideally. There's no, alien growing in there right now that we know of.
Hmm.
I don't know, man. Weirder things have happened with Drow. Thinking emoji. He's fine. We're all fine. We decided to just burn the rest of the blood on the ground so that none of us have any smart ideas.
Okay, that makes sense. That's a good idea.
If I recall correctly, it screamed.
It screamed when you burned it?
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then we all, separated for the night. Because, like I said, we are all dead. We're tapped out. We have nothing left.
What do you mean y'all separated for the night?
As in, like, went to bed.
Oh, okay.
By separated, I mean, like, who's taking first watch, who got second, who had third. Zedrin took first with little one. No, Opal took first. Zedrin took second. And then Niavara and Veldrin had third. Opal and little one found something on the table. Oh, wait. Yeah, I was correctly the first time. Zedrin went first. He found some treasure on the table. How wonderful. It was some cards that have absolutely no in-game mechanic associated with them at all. Pinky promise, don't worry about it.
Okay, now where are y'all sleeping? Are you still in the room
Yeah,
with all
we're
the
all in this
treasure and stuff?
room. There are beds in here. Look around.
Okay,
We
this
slept
isn't
on
the room
piles
with
of
all the
gold.
treasure.
No,
Yeah,
it
we
is.
slept on piles of
We
gold.
slept on piles of gold.
Nivar got out her bedroll, but yeah, gold. Little one's gonna wake up tomorrow with the worst stomachache known to mankind. Um,
Little one gets the gold sweats instead of the meat sweats.
exactly. I believe, yeah, so he found some treasure, Opal found some treasure, Niavara found a cool box of treasure. Did Veldrin find his treasure?
He found a crossbow.
He got a crossbow! And yeah, confrontation between sibling on sibling fight where Veldrin is all, why aren't you caring about me? Why are you putting up so much distance between us? What's going on? Girl, what are you doing? And Niavara is putting up wall after wall after wall, like, I'm not doing anything, I know what you're talking about. Leave me alone, you left me first, blah blah blah.
Only for her to find out
He
that
didn't.
he didn't, and she was operating on lies.
A lie that her, presumptively her sister told her, while pretending to be Veldrin.
Oh.
Scary thoughts.
Shit. Damn.
And that, the argument's enough to, make her a crack into her normal speaking voice, which is an accent. Drow accented. I realized belatedly that I sound a lot like Jaheira from Baldur's Gate. On accident. Oops.
Oh no.
Oh no, I sound like the hottest MILF in the game. Rip. But I think we also had decided that clearly the reason why Sari and Kozik weren't with us is because they were having some cool adventure off to the side.
Oh.
Obviously.
In the same big room?
Probably on the opposite side of the giant mimic corpse.
Yeah, right.
Morning comes. I believe we were all just deciding to leave. Because, Marius is upset. Niavar had made the point of, man, this is a whole lot of gold. Literally blood gold. Don't mind that I'm taking things, but, this is really horrible for you. Etc.
I mean, Marius did tell us to take things.
Marius did tell us to take things. Assuage our guilt.
Yeah, did we get to take some gold and stuff like that? I mean, I remember receiving certain special items, but
Yes.
we were kind of in combat.
Also, it looks as though I need to actually make the roll to identify them. Didn't we like keep them in our sleep, or did that only work for the one that I had on before bed?
So typically to identify it, you have to spend time studying it or cast the identify spell.
I see. How many identifies does
Or
Opal have?
or you can just use it and hope for the best.
Oh, that would be a devious trick to do, DM. To ask us for what things we want and then give us similar things, and then we use them thinking they are that thing. Absolutely diabolical. But I think that's it. Marius is sad.
Everyone's awake, deciding to get out of there.
Yep.
Okay,
we
great.
found
Marius
from-
is Marius is unenthused. Little one is so proud of himself.
Because he also tried to rectify sibling fight.
Let's see what
Opal
else.
also spent part of the night with her head inside of a bag to avoid the argument. Specifically the bag of holding.
That's funny. Why is little
Opal.
one so proud of himself? Did you say he tried to interject in the fight?
He gave Niavara and Veldrin pieces of amethyst.
Aw.
Because we're purple.
Aw.
And meanwhile, Sari and Kozik were off in the distance doing stuff.
But then we
got-
came back
I
to go
got
to sleep
buried.
with everyone, right?
Yeah, you guys will regroup.
We just missed the Titanic fight with the cephalopod. You know what? Oh, hey guys.
Right, we show up just in time to go to bed. What happened, gang?
We're all bloodied and, horrible. And it's... Wow, we were just getting ice cream. Can't believe you missed it.
Oh, so we are still in the fantastic room itself. We haven't gone back out to the real zone.
Correct.
Okay, that's good. I can picture that.
Well, is everyone ready to leave then?
Oh. Yes, I believe that we are fully ready to go.
I feel as though we should fill our pockets with some of this providence that we have here.
Providence is a strange word to refer to this amount of blood money.
Blood money.
I'm
This is-
fine to
I'm saying
leave
you
it in
don't
a
take
book.
the gold. We're just
Well,
saying
yeah.
it's not a good thing.
I mean, I don't think in the whole universe there must be not too many hordes that are of this magnitude, of this elegance. I'm looking around at all of the various like treasures from who knows where, and I'm still in amazement. And then I
With your
bend down and I
dwarf
kind of
eyes.
try to scoop up some of this coinage here, things that are portable like that, you know.
The money scoop.
I don't know how
like
much
a
you
rock
say
scoop.
I might be able to take with me, but
I don't know. Are you
Why
counting
don't
every coin?
Why don't you set the mimic down and open it up, and we just start shoveling things in its mouth?
there I mean there is a limit, I guess, but yeah.
Oh man, we've got to get to a big town with a bunch of magic shops in them somewhere soon.
So yeah, I start picking out some beautiful coins and things and ruby. Well, just make it coins, just gold, and putting it into this the bag of holding, the mini mimic.
All right.
Respectfully. This is a sacred act. This is an act of Thanksgiving or something.
1 pound.
I like that as an addendum. Respectfully.
All respect, no trouble.
Respectfully, I'm fleecing you.
He's bowing each time he just puts handfuls of coin in. Thank you. Thank you.
So they have.
You know what?
And
New
what do you
Farm
currently have in the mimic?
All that's listed
Oh,
is
gosh.
1,284 gold pieces.
So you
Do
haven't
we
put
have
any
other
items
things
in
in
there?
there?
Not really. I mean, nothing's recorded.
Okay.
Oh, I thought. Okay.
Didn't you have some? Maybe there was some sort of armor or something, some sort of old armor. I don't know if that would fit in here.
Probably just, it has to be able to get through the mouth of the mimic, I guess. Bigger on the inside.
So do
And that's gold that I just assumed was, it belongs to the party.
Yeah.
be divided.
I think it's all right if we take a amount to live comfortably, but I don't think we need to be too greedy.
If we don't take it, then who will? This will be closed off. This horde will be closed off forever. Potentially.
Are you suggesting that we're going to put everything we can see into this bag of holding? Is that
No,
what you're suggesting?
there is a limit. There is a limit to how much this little wonder can hold inside of him, but I think we could
You'd
do
like
our
to
best
find
to
it,
try
I
to
take
find
it.
its limit.
And Kozik, I agree with you. I also have a bag of holding. Let's take a lot of money with us, shall we?
Yeah, it
Do you
feels
know what
good.
we could buy with so much money?
Not much that we need, I imagine.
Oh, ye of
Would
little
you?
imagination.
Although I wouldn't mind another necklace of fireballs.
It could be yours. It could be yours.
So, do you have any objections? Sorry.
I'm not. I'm not the keeper of any of you. Make your choices.
So, guys,
I'm
are we going to
choosing
start
as
stealing
wisely as
coins?
possible.
That comes
You know?
out to about.
Actually, Nevar is going to be planning ahead. She's going to be crafty about this. And she's going to be looking for diamonds.
Oh.
Sounds good.
Ah.
Diamonds, she will explain to Marius, are a critical component for clerical work. You need them to cast resurrections.
Highly useful gem. Yes, yes.
Now, they have to be worth a certain amount. It's like buying the chalk from magic circles.
Marius just he sees you guys shoveling gold and he's thoroughly unimpressed but also uninterested.
Again, Neavara doesn't care about the gold. She's just wanting to be like, you know what? We can't save people. However, the diamonds, and precious gems. Those are important and can be used going forward for the future. I don't care about their value. If I see a cool button, I might take that for myself.
And I'm kind of struggling as I'm feeding stuff into the bag. I'm like, we live in a material world. We have material needs.
And he's a
Sir
material
Marius
girl.
is made of perhaps sterner stuff than us. Certainly more noble.
I've got everything I need. And Sarite goes over to stand by Marius and said, "How you doing, mate? You all right?"
So, like I said, he's watching people like shoveling money with a very disinterested look. How would you think I'm doing?
Well, I think you're
Seeing
not doing
an
well.
entire room of riches, of plunder, I don't know, of artifacts, and it all amalgamated to this. And he's actually gonna walk over to like a pile of coin and just scoop up some gold in his fingers and let it just fall in between like his fingers and like back into the pile. And yet
Nice
with all this
visual.
wealth, it cannot bring back what was taken.
That's right. No, it can't. No, it can't. And she just rests her hand on his shoulder.
He seems very deep in thought. But like I said, you can take what you wish. It's not like we have any use for it. And clearly, other forces seek something in here.
I don't need anything. I've got everything I need.
We all think that in the moment, until everything else is taken. And then you wish you had more. More time. Something no coin, no artifact can repay or redeem.
Yeah, that's right. That's the truth.
And then he'll even like motion over to the door, which at this point it's obscured by because you guys are still in like piles of gold. But he just motions in the general direction. And even in the midst of fighting that thing, what I was trained to do, what I fought, what many died for, and he'll like roll up a sleeve a little bit and show like an old wound that seems like it's healed over, like a discoloration in the scales.
Mm.
Old battles, old enemies, nothing but memory in one singular individual. Everything that we were, and then he lifts his hand and taps his head. This is the only thing that's left of us that is worth anything. Not this. And motions
Yeah.
to the piles of gold.
Right. Yeah, I hear you, mate. I can't
Meanwhile,
imagine
scoop,
what you
scoop,
must be
scoop,
feeling.
scoop, scoop in the background.
I'm
Yeah.
doing it, respectfully.
Well, Opal wasn't.
Hmm?
Scooping.
Oh, no, scooping gold into the bag of holding. My bag of holding. If I had a shovel, I'd be using it.
That's why we're making fun of you, because Marius is talking about his people being dead.
His people being dead and them all getting killed for the purpose of money in this horrible, crypt of evil. The Keeper's hand is here. Kyber's will.
Contributed to any of that happening.
You didn't contribute, but you're benefiting from it.
This is not blood money in the sense I poured blood on it.
No,
Yeah,
the
but
blood's already
Marius and
there.
his people did.
Fine.
Marius
At
and his
least say
people
a
died to
prayer.
protect all this.
Party poopers.
Party poopers.
Oh, well, you've
Like-
got more empathy than that. I know it.
Maybe I do.
Scoop, scoop, scoop. Yeah, you have a good point. Scoop, scoop, scoop. Well, now I can have empathy and gold.
Does Niavara find any diamonds? She's not actually digging. She's not taking the gold. None of it's going into her pocket. She just wants the diamonds.
She's
Really?
looking for.
You're teasing me for scooping money into my pockets while you're looking for it.
He explained that she's looking for diamonds so that she can cast Revive.
Revivify and resurrection spells require diamonds to be consumed by the spell itself.
Hmm.
I'm assuming you would like to benefit from those spells in the future.
Fair enough.
There's
Thank
no better
you.
place to find some.
Let's see.
I could buy things with money
Roll-
to prevent
just-
us from dying.
Just roll me a d20. This is going to be purely luck.
Yay! We love luck. I'm very lucky.
From your mouth to your God's ears.
What did I say?
Nice. Yes. Well, we hope. I mean, we don't know what
Quite
that means, but
So you peruse through the piles and piles and piles and piles and piles of gold. And piles. Did I forget to mention and piles
Mhm.
of gold and stuff and furniture and random jewels and candelabras and chandeliers of gold and silver, of plates made of, elegant, we'll even say elegant and inlaid filigree with gold and silver, and in some places darker coloration just for contrast. And amidst all of this, you do catch the gleam of something in the corner of your eye. Maybe it's just torchlight, maybe it's just a shadow shifting, maybe a sparkle of gold. But there is a twinkle over there.
She'll nab it, or more accurately, go to investigate.
You walk over to it,
Mm-hmm.
and I was so tempted to make it a diamond button. Anyway,
She would have been extra amused with that.
but then would it make sense? It's a diamond.
Yay!
ah,
She will stick it in the bag.
Is it
See?
worth 300 gold? Because that's the
I would
diamond
hope
that
so. It's $2.99. We get it appraised. See, well, actually,
$99.95.
You greatly undercut how much a diamond's actually worth.
well, the spell
Uh.
component, it says specifically it needs to be worth 300 gold
100.
pieces.
At least or exactly.
At
Well,
least.
it needs to be. Well, I've always read it as it consumes up to 300, and past that, it leaves behind. That's how I've read it, at least.
It says a diamond worth 300 plus gold piece, which the spell consumes.
It's crazy. The discrepancy then.
I was running off previous house ruling, but yeah, okay. She yoinks that thing in the bag. That is one revive that I will have in the backup for you guys.
Wait, you
Don't.
put it in the bag of holding? You didn't just put it
Oh
in
no,
the
in my
pocket?
bag.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
in your bag. Okay. I was like, what?
And then, her curiosity's done for. She leaves. She goes to sit by. Sorry. Don't die in a pack.
So I will say, you did kind of break away from the group a little bit because, like I said, this room is just massive. And on your way back, you kind of feel like you get lost for a second.
Oh?
Mm-hmm. Like the edges of your dark vision begin to encroach, i.e., or I should say, how would I explain reverse dark vision? So like your range of vision reduces.
Mm-hmm. The fog of war comes
Basically.
into play.
Like a veil, like you're stepping into a veil, or a mist is overtaking and making it a little more difficult to see. And in front of you lays 6 familiar holy symbols on the ground. And it's almost
She'll
like, imagine a shadow version in like the same um positioning, but just like on the floor, as if like a shadow, but just like at the points of the silhouette of a shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, this
She
is
will.
just Niavara seeing this, right?
Yep.
She will approach them.
They move as you do. They're basically a shadow. So as you move,
My
they
shadow.
move. Correct.
Hmm. What is it you wish of me? Also, are
Roll
any of
me.
them missing? Is it all 6 symbols?
Yep. Roll me a
Okay.
d10. Oh wait, no. Roll me a d6. 1, 2. All right. So as you look at these symbols on the ground, the one where your head would be, i.e., the devourer, a small, like stormy cloud silhouette starts to appear, but then it goes from like a storm cloud to like a reddish hue, and then like what seems like lightning arcing between that point and the others, almost like connecting them, and then the fog of war fades. But just before it does so, you realize that the arc of lightning goes from the head, because that's where the devourer was, to the hands, to the feet, but they all connect it from in their individual points to the center. And that's when the fog of war fades.
She'll sort of like place her hand on the center of her chest where she's imagined. Like I imagine that's where the symbol, like the last symbol was, the traveler symbol was.
Yep.
Ominous. Sure, Con. I wish I understood. Ominous, ominous. So if I'm understanding this, I took off my headphones for a second because I thought I was hearing something. Lightning went from the mouth to the hands to the feet, and then up. Everything went into the middle.
Yep.
Very strange.
Are you all right, Niavara? What happened? You looked lost for a minute.
Well, this was before
Oh.
she got back.
Hmm. So I
Oh.
imagine she would finish her little walk over and sort of sit down. She's still trying to think about it. I don't normally pray to the devourer. What was he saying to me? She'll try to do a little religious back work. Little mental gymnastics to try and figure out what might.
Oh, that's 2 inspirations already.
Nice.
Pretty soon, unless you guys start using inspiration, I think you're gonna.
Like, that's just good luck for me.
There's only one person that doesn't have inspiration. So
Is it sorry?
the second one would just get thrown to the wayside. Yes.
That's so sad.
Well, obviously, sorry can take one.
Can you give one away though?
Yeah.
He just said it gets thrown to the side.
Well, that's because everybody would have
everyone
one.
Everyone has inspiration right now, so
Oh,
that
I don't have one.
yes,
And I got
only one.
So
Yeah, only one person in the party didn't have inspiration, and that was you. Niavara generated 2 inspiration, so the second one is useless because there's no one to take it.
So to clarify as well, at the end of last session, Zed had 2. He gave both of them away, one to Niavara and one to Veldrin. And so I didn't interrupt anyone yet, but I was going to ask if that first nat 20, if I could just take that inspo back. So Zed didn't have one. There were 2 empty.
Oh, yay. Then, yeah,
So
you get that one.
We technically all have one, yeah, and it's all good.
Okay.
But at this point, unless you guys start using on stuff, they will just vanish into the ether.
Cube gets them.
I mean, I could start making a pool of inspiration just for me.
That'll light a fire under us to get us to start using them, right?
Oh, enough fire.
But that's
with
a
your
great
religion.
religious role.
Yep. So, trying to understand the meaning of the message, it seemed a lot less like the devourer trying to tell you something, as like it seemed a lot less like the devourer himself is reaching out to you as much as the devourer is trying to integrate the others in some way, shape, or form to some kind of, because just based on the fact that that was just the starting point, and then everything connected, in the center where the traveler was, you almost get this like interesting thought, like the devourer is known for like the wrath of storms, and I gotta get my notes on this. Make sure I have that pulled up. And okay, so he is known as like wrath. He is known as the storm tsunamis, like unbridled, unadulterated, just
Destruction.
destruction. So it's very interesting that that destruction is outstretched to all of the others, which combine in the center. Yeah, because he's basically like a force of nature in a sense. So it's interesting that all of them, because some of the six do squabble with each other, like they don't all get along. So it kind of seems like, at least in this instance, the Devourer is in some way, shape, or form the controlling mechanism for the others, like almost a leadership role, like a leader taking the helm or being the eye of the storm.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
And through that, so whatever it is, that center point seems to have meaning either to the Devourer or to all of them coming together for some purpose. And that's what you'll get from that.
Well, Lord of Nature, I'll certainly think on it. I wonder what you mean. Uh, hmm.
Also, Zed, if you recall correctly, you slept like shit and your chest still hurts. Well, not hurts like somebody stabbed you, but hurts like you probably slept wrong.
What was that?
Oh, just uh the fact that Zed didn't sleep well,
Oh,
sore.
yeah. I was gonna say too. Zed's probably sitting over on a pile of gold, and he's got. I'm picturing like little ones sitting kind of like on his lap, and he's got a coin in each hand. But he's trying to be. I'm gonna do. If you want me to do like a sleight of hand or something, I'm basically trying to pretend that I have one coin in either hand, and little one has to pick which one. But really, Zed has a coin in both hands, so little one always wins. That's just kind of like what we're doing.
Um, yeah, probably a sleight of hand or performance makes sense. Or I guess technically, or deception, because you're trying to make it look like one thing when it's not. I don't know. There's a lot of ways to go about it.
They're both the same, so whichever you feel is more applicable. And I will say, I'm feeling lucky.
It depends on how you wish to tell this tale. Because basically, I'm looking at it from what lens are you doing it from.
Yeah, I don't want it to seem like, I don't know. Deception always feels like it has a negative connotation, so I don't want it to seem like I'm getting one over on him. But I don't know.
I missed something. Who are you
Well,
deceiving?
Little one.
we're figuring that out. So roll whichever one you
Um,
want.
All right, I'm gonna do sleight of hand.
Wow, lots of those today.
That's a modded 20.
Oh well, okay, right.
Oh.
So he'll pick one hand.
Right? Are you sure?
Uh-huh.
He'll slowly turn it over and open it. Hey, looky there. There you go.
Yay! He claps his little claws and flaps his wings excitedly.
So while he's like clapping and he's probably like munching on this coin, the hand that he's got is like palm up open, he's still just leaving there. And his other hand, he's just very, very carefully grabbing another coin out of a pocket. So he's got two in his left hand, and he's gonna place one of them like kind of down in front of both of them. He's like, okay. So now the here's the next one. So he's already got a coin in one hand, and he's gonna kind of like wave his hands over, uh, uh, making it like making it seem like you don't know which hands it's gonna be in, and then um, he'll grab the coin and he'll put both hands behind his back and like pretend like he's shuffling around, but now he's got a coin in both hands, and he's gonna hold his hands back out and do it again. Right? Which one now?
And he narrows his eyes, staring at both hands. He's deep in thought.
Zed's just trying not to laugh right now.
You can you can see the gears turning and the steam coming out of his ears practically. And then he goes, that one.
Oh, sorry. And he opens it up and there's a coin in there. Oh, look, you won.
Yay! And then he shuffles to your other shoulder, knowing that now that there's not a raven on it.
So I'm sure he kind of like munches on that one, and then it's probably like just before he's finished with it, Zed'll the other coin that was in his other hand, he'll just kind of flick it up, to where it's just kind of floating up in the air right in front of him.
And so you fed him 2 more gold?
Would have been the one that he just flicked up would have been 3.
3.
And also at that motion of him kind of scurrying to that opposite shoulder, Zed's still just sitting on this pile here, and I'm sure little one's snacking on this next piece, and he's gonna blink back into the Raven's sight, and just get another eye on that room above us.
It is as it was visible.
Perfect.
Where is the little encounter we got going?
Yeah, he'll leave the Raven there for now, and just kind of blink back in and look around to see. I'm assuming that we're all kind of like not necessarily huddled up, but within earshot or eye shot of each other. So he's probably like looking around, just seeing what everyone else is doing.
Where was it? We had the little encounter at.
It's in my traits, like my history, biography, I guess. Very bottom.
Ah, yep, there it is. Yeah, you should probably update that. Yeah, because for some reason I thought it was an inventory. I was like, where? Oh, I saw it.
I've been adding every time I've been saying like I'll flick him a coin. I've been putting one in there. I didn't add it yet, so I'll do it right now.
Making sure our numbers are lined up
Alright.
right.
Yeah, Zed's looking around just to see. He's kind of like maybe standing up, and normally he'd be brushing off, maybe some dirt and some grass or something like that. Now he's just kind of like brushing coin out of the folds of his clothes, straightening up his new cloak that he found.
Copper hay pennies just coming off his shoulders.
I never felt so noble in my life.
It's fantastic.
Can Veldrin look around for some books? They don't even have to be like special.
Yeah, you can look around. There's nothing impeding you.
Do I have to do any rolls to find them?
Perception.
I was just looking at the board too and realizing that the token under Sari was not an enemy creature, that's the horse that she summoned. I forgot about
The
that.
same thing last week. Oh my god. I'm glad I'm not alone.
So with the 13, yeah, you'd find a couple of books, but they're written in languages you don't know. And they're just like sitting on tables.
Veldrin has comprehend languages. He can understand any language.
With the consumption, the time put into casting, though.
Yeah. Well, it's part of his innate spellcasting.
Drow.
He's picking up any books he can find.
Yeah, you find a couple. Drow.
How many specifically, and can I find out what they're about?
I'd say 13.
13 books.
Out of 20.
And then
Elf. Where's my... Oh, no.
he's
Oh, shit.
gonna pick up each one and find out what they are.
Reprinted. So... varying degrees of books, of fairy tales, of dragons and their petty squabbles, books about dragons and their territorial nature, books about dragons and the idea that dragons are not necessarily native to this world as much as theories about them being from elemental planes, which would emphasize why certain colorations have a tie to certain elements. Let's see. Right, let's see, a couple of books about let's see, you rolled a 13. So yeah, a couple of books about humans and their interaction with dragons and how sometimes they don't get along. It's just a lot of like draconic centric information.
You had mentioned there were fairy tales. He's gonna take those. And whichever books seem like the most succinct about dragons without being like this is a big ass book just about one behavior or something.
Behavioral case studies of red dragons.
Mm-hmm. things like that.
So yeah, I mean, you could take him. There's nothing keeping you
Oh
from
yeah, no, he is.
gathering.
Oh, he is.
And even amidst them, and okay, so amongst one of these books would be there might even be something about dragons and their alignments, a pantheon of sorts.
He's as many as he can carry.
Dragon-centric stuff. Got it. Because it's definitely going to take you a long time to try and read all of these books.
Oh yeah, but Veldrin's also knowledge for the sake of knowledge.
Yep. I screwed that up. There. All right. So Veldrin's walking around getting books. What's Sari and Kozik doing? So I guess Sari, Kozik, and Opal in this time frame of waking up.
Well, Sari's kind of just sauntering around, looking at people doing stuff and kind of looking at stuff, but not really. Kind of like seeing what's there. I mean, if something like a weapon caught her eye, then she'd probably stop and take a look at it. But otherwise, she's just kind of looking around and sauntering about and hanging out with her Pegasus.
Um,
Her
I'd say
steed.
you'd probably see varying degrees of weapons strewn about of all shapes and kinds.
Well, now that's interesting.
But they also wouldn't just be strewn about. They'd probably be like on like weapon racks and mounted properly, not just like here's a treasure hoard, throw crap in pile. Which some of the stuff is, but the weapons are. I mean, it would just thinking about it, it would be real hard to go through your pile of gold if you knew that there was like a dagger just thrown into it. So
Yeah,
they probably
right.
took some effort to separate like weapons from other things as to when people are going through piles or if a pile falls over, nobody's getting impaled.
But if no one's getting impaled, then where's the fun?
The crushing part. Because
How
a
the
That's
pile
hell
of
not
did they
as
gold.
get all that stuff down there? I mean, it must have taken forever to get all that stuff in there. Unless there's a portal somewhere in here. So she's picking up swords and daggers and different things and looking at them, and mostly they're all kind of overly ornate for her taste, but she's appreciating the craftsmanship for sure. But she doesn't really, nothing's calling to her like, oh yeah, this, I gotta take this with me. Not yet, anyway. That's sorry.
Alrighty. Okay. And what's Opal doing in this time frame? Just scooping.
Oh yeah. Well, I also noticed in my inventory some unidentified equipment that wasn't there before. Uh, I'm going to take some time and investigate or look into what it is. See what I've come across.
Depends on how long you guys wait till you leave.
How long is everybody else spending doing their things?
Probably
I think
no
we
more
should
than
get
like
leaving
5 to
sooner than
10
later.
minutes.
How long would it be to do one piece of this unidentified equipment?
At least a short rest. So
Shit.
at least an hour. At least an hour and a Arcana check. Unless you have Identify. Then you could just
Wait,
do the thing.
I do. And I am casting that on the top piece of unidentified equipment. That looks like 2 rings.
And let me check some. Did they get rid of ritual spellcasters?
I would hope not.
What? I need to see. Well, not like getting rid of ritual spellcasters
But like the
in the
ritual
sense of
rules.
yeah. If they just made it so if it's a spell that has the ritual, it's just done as such. Oh right, Artificer is still in the old version. I gotta compare it to something else. Artificer is based on
Clerics have
int,
ritual spells.
but so what I'm trying to figure out is a cleric still considered a ritual caster, or if they got rid of that, if they got rid of them saying a cleric is a ritual caster and just say the spell is a ritual that can be cast no matter who has it, because like some classes didn't have the ritual tag, so if it was a ritual spell, you couldn't use it as a ritual.
Oh.
Like sorcerers weren't previously ritual casters, so if there was a spell that's like comprehend language where you can spend the 10 minutes to do it or whatever, a sorcerer couldn't just because they didn't have that tag. So 2024
Unless you
rules.
nabbed the feet.
Yep. Innate sorcery, charisma, spellcasting focus. Let's see an old version of it. And casting spellcasting ability. Yeah, so the old wizard had the ritual casting tag. You can cast a wizard spell as a ritual if that spell has the ritual tag and you have it in your spell book. You don't need to have the spell prepared. Versus the new version. Cantrips, spell books, spell slots, prepared spells, a first and plus. Spellcasting ability, focus. I think they might have gotten rid of the ritual tag. Which would mean if a spell has that, then I think as long as you have it in your list, you can just do it.
Well, let's check out my list of spells and if I see any of them that are ritual.
Let's see. Anyone who can cast spells and has a spell with the ritual tag prepared can cast it as a ritual. This means it takes 10 minutes. What about? Yeah, all spellcasters can cast ritual spells ritually as long as the spell is prepared. And that
Oh,
was
they added that though. You can no longer free cast spells.
Oh.
so that was March 25th, 2025, but I'm not sure if that's an official ruling. But then somebody's also saying in the 2024, there's no special rules for who can ritual cast. Every caster can. The ritual tag is exclusively amending how the spell can be cast, not exclusive. So, I don't know. We'll just go with what it kind of sounds like, which is, I guess, is like we'll just say as long as you have it prepared, it could be cast as a ritual, because I think that's a fair compromise.
What spell are you talking about?
Oh,
Identify.
identify. So do you take the 10 minutes to cast it, or just cast as a spell with a spell slot?
You know what? 10 minutes isn't that long of a wait. Yeah. Casting it as a ritual.
Item? Identify.
Save my spell slots. Oh, hello there, Ring of Spell Storing.
Should we be gamey and just have Opal ritual cast identify over and over to identify all of our stuff?
I mean,
Come on, guys. It's a great family activity. Get over here.
it's
Ah.
called the ritual circle.
Well, if you've got an extra 10, I wouldn't mind you doing that potion that I got.
It's funny because in
You know that potion you were gonna fix for
Yes,
me?
I recall.
in
Are we
in our
just
other
going to...
session,
Oh, yeah.
I was just saying it's funny. In our other session, myself and one other person had identify magic, or not identify, detect magic, and it's a 10-minute ritual, but it lasts for 10 minutes. So for like 2 straight sessions, every 10 minutes we would basically like tag each other in. So we had detect magic up this like the whole time. And it was getting to a point where we were just like assuming it was on because we were just casting it so much. Anyway,
That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's a team.
Alrighty. So, is everybody fine to spend some time as I identify all of these ritually?
Yeah.
Place your items
Vildren,
on the table.
Vildren has an hour that his spell is up. He's got a book. He's fine.
Okay, a bunch of nerds.
So
Okay.
how many items are we identifying? Because it's going to be 10 minutes per item.
I have 1, 2, 3 more unidentified items. Everybody else? Oh, who
Oh,
did
sorry,
you?
he's gone again.
I would love to have some items identified.
How
She
many
probably just was walking
items
around and
do you
didn't
need
realize she got
identified?
disconnected.
Hello? Oh, okay, I don't know what happened. Okay, back.
How many items do you need identified, Niavara?
3.
So
Also,
we're already at an hour.
do you have a pearl worth 100? Just kidding. There's plenty of pearl here worth 100 plus gold.
Yeah.
That's one of the material
Identify takes a
components.
pearl.
I'm imagining Opal just walked over to the thing, realizing the pile, and just went, you know, let's just get prepared for this. All right, Zedrin, how many do you need done?
I got 3.
An hour and a half. Veldrin,
He has 3.
What's everyone
2
got to
hours.
identify?
Hey, sorry, how many items do you need identified in total?
I don't need anything.
What about that potion?
Oh yeah, the potion. Yeah.
An hour and 2 hours and 10 minutes. Kozik? I'm gonna jangle some keys in Kozik's face.
The keys are his new items.
So sorry, you didn't have anything more from here? Because basically this is boiled down to that list that we gave for cubed. And this was
Oh, is that right?
yeah, these are all those items that we basically found in this treasure trove from those lists.
Oh, I totally missed that somehow. Okay, yes, I have a couple of things then. Thank you, Zed. I missed. I was out. I got lost in the
Well, yeah,
ether. Let's see.
I saw you had just gotten disconnected too, so Just want to
No,
make
yeah,
sure that
that's what
you
I
knew what
was
we were up
just.
to.
No, I appreciate it because I didn't know that. So
I
I'm
don't think
gonna
you ever
go
sent me
back
a
to that
list.
list. I did. Um, let's see.
Oh, yep, nope, there it is. Okay. Yeah, I see it.
Okay, I have to find. What did I end up? Well, you know how many I've got there. What do I have there? Oh, I did find an amulet uh there, and then I had a couple of other things. I'm trying to find the list. I'm sorry, I'm not remembering. Can you tell me what they are?
If you open the DM you sent me, it's the last message you sent me.
Okay.
All right.
In my inventory, I only have the unidentified weapon, but I also had gotten that stick and the quill.
Did it? Putting in your.
So I guess I have three things. Oh no, wait. So are you saying
Belgium.
all of our things that we picked we're asking Opal to identify?
We only found 3 while we were in here.
Oh, okay,
Book
okay.
parchment.
Thank you.
I put on the wrong.
Uh, so then three things, yeah.
Let me check this. This is. So you'd found you had the. Yeah, I got the stick in there. Okay, maybe. Yeah. So all right. Hold on, let me go back and find it. I gave Veldrin. Oh, that's right, because we were trying to figure out which kind of crossbow, because there were many different types of crossbow for Veldrin. Okay. Did they ever send that to me? I gotta check my details on that one. Anyway, don't wait for me. Keep on. You can keep on RPing. I'm acquisitioning things.
Currently sitting in my circle, casting Identify ritualistically over and over. Let us go. Everybody else talk. It's fine.
How many did we what was it? One rare and two uncommon, or what was the
5 rare, 5 uncommon.
5 rare and 5 uncommon? Okay. Oh, that's right. And then he had us say the 3 that we okay. Just catching back up.
Mouse loves to double click, and it's infuriating. I hate this.
I don't think I turned in a list of all 5. All right.
Sent me a list of stuff. It's in the DM.
Yeah, I thought that was just the top 3 or 4 or something. Because you wanted the top something, but I don't think I sent you 5 and 5.
I mean, you didn't necessarily need all 5. Those are ones you wanted. It
Oh
was a
no, I
list
would have
that
picked
allowed
more.
me to pick from the things instead of it being like, I want this and you're guaranteed to get that. It's like, well, as a DM, I
Oh,
say
okay.
no.
But we were
So I'll go to
supposed
the
to
next
send
one.
you. We were supposed to send you 5 and 5.
Yep.
Oh well, then I gotta resend my list. Okay, because I only sent you like 4, I think.
That's fine. Pin, right. Things. So Veldrin stepped away as I did to know what kind of crossbow. Um. Just for that because they're getting identified now. All right. So whose stuff are you identifying first? And I'm just gonna go down and listen and identify it properly. And that's a question for Opal.
Hmm?
Whose stuff are you doing
Whose
first?
stuff you?
Hmm. You know what? Opal will do her stuff last. Let's start with Niavara.
Hold on, my mouse is being.
The first 30 minutes will be dedicated to Niavara's 3 items.
Okay. So. Your thing. Edit. Identify. Edit. Identify. Was a third one. Niavar has 4
Niavara.
things.
Oh, Niavara, do you want to add your 4th thing in?
The answer is yes. That'd be very nice.
Yes. Doing the 4th thing as well.
All right.
It only
So
adds an extra 10 minutes to the total time.
So you would know the properties of the amulet, the little stone, the very round stone,
Mm-hmm.
the potion. And my mouse is being a jerk. One sec.
No
No
worries. The
problem.
beads.
Okay, it was probably like a hair under it's not wanting to work properly. Okay. And then the potion is that.
So, Niavara, want to share with the class? Opal says, knowing in character what they are.
Well, the traveler has sent upon me an amulet of the devout, for I think it's highly unlikely that there would be an amulet that would bear his symbol. A stone of good luck, a pearl of power, a potion of growth, which very funny. The gods themselves are telling me that I need to get a little bit taller. And some clothing I don't know yet. And a necklace that I still don't understand. But that's okay. We shall not sit here for an hour waiting upon me.
No. Everybody else is getting their stuff done as well.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is like you've spent 40 minutes doing my stuff. I can simply Oh,
Join in on
Well,
the
that one
fun.
is one of those things that when we ported over.
it didn't port over correctly. It was just my regular clothes.
Yeah.
All right, then it's just the beads then.
Yep. So you're getting that identified too?
Yeah.
Oop.
Do you want to do Zed, then I'll do Veldrin's.
You said that right as I return.
Nice.
Whatever kind of crossbow it was for Veldrin, because you never told me.
Yeah, I forgot.
All right, so Veldrin stuff. Do. That's pen 2.
Oh, I did put it all in there. Okay.
I thought we had. Hold on, checking my notes. Yeah, that was why I didn't import it over, because we were trying to figure out what kind of crossbow that was gonna be. So when you know what type of crossbow it's gonna be, then I'll get it to you.
Yeah. Uh,
Because proficiencies are a thing. All right, so who's next?
I'll do Veldrin next.
We just did Veldrin.
Oh. Oh, cool. Zedrin.
Unless Veldrin want to share with the class.
Yeah, unless Veldrin wanted to share.
um, he got the Starshot crossbow, the scribe's pen, and the staff of flowers, which I threw that one in as a silly.
A druid of the
Listen.
spores with a staff of flowers just totally makes sense for whatever reason.
Well, he's a star druid now. So
Oh, okay. That's
he
right.
got the Starshot crossbow, but I threw the staff of flowers in because all it does is it makes flowers, and I
Yeah.
thought that was funny.
It'll be
I
useful.
think
Like, I guarantee.
I think you're looking at the wrong thing if you see a staff of flowers
Oh, wait.
in your inventory.
Eh. I see. Oh, staff of healing. Eh.
Nice.
Did I put 2 sticks in there? Yes, I did.
You did. Forgot. Oh, that's funny. All right, who's next?
Sorry, she's been oh so patiently waiting for me to do this potion.
Well,
Any other items she might need me to do as well.
All right, for her. The potion. Also, at this point, sorry, you're definitely encumbered.
maybe
you have
I'm going to put some of it in the bag of holding, like my smith's tools and stuff like that. How about I put some of it stuff I don't use every day? I could put in there.
well, you have backpack, so you'd probably have to use somebody else's bag. Well,
No, I
it,
mean bag in the bag of holding in the mimic
okay.
with all the gold.
Because something to consider is bag of holdings do have a carry capacity. They just make it so you can carry more. Something to consider. So it's like you can put a bunch of weight into a bag of holding, but it could still only hold so much in its extra dimensional pocket.
Right. Well,
But
is it
Sari's
already
walking
so
around
stuffed with gold
with.
I can't put anything in there?
I've calculated for that. So Sari is walking around with scale mail, leather armor, chain mail, And chainmail and scale mail are pretty heavy.
Oh, I have both of those. Oh, I do.
Let's see what else you have that's
Well,
heavy.
I'm gonna put the chainmail in the bag of holding because I've been wearing the scale mail mostly, I think. So that should take care of a good amount of weight, right?
But I'll just bring it down. I'll leave it in your inventory, but I'll just set it to 0 so it doesn't calculate it into your weight.
Okay. And then the smith's tools could also go in the smith's tools, and the leatherworking tools could go in because they're not something I'm going to use every day.
So like in
Um,
your character sheet, the stuff that you're putting in the bag of holding, just click the little minus button and that'll
Okay.
until it's like at 0 and that'll subtract the weight.
Okay.
You got that. The uncommon.
Seems I have an awful lot of amulets. Let's see.
We got that
Filter
for the
of love. Is that my new potion? Filter of love. Okay, Smith's tools.
Kozak, do you have items that you need to identify?
But I want to know what my new items are and share them with the class. And I just remember getting an amulet, but now it says I have
Check your
+2
equipment.
amulets of the devout. But I'm not sure what else I
If it
have. Have you not put them
a
there yet, Sue?
+2,
Yeah, I have +2 amulets of the devout because
that's
I
actually
already.
not 2 separate amulets. That is the indicating the item level.
Oh,
So, like,
yes,
the
right.
bonus that goes with it.
That
That's
is
right.
a
Thank
proper,
you.
strong version of it, actually.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. That's right. I read that. So I have an amulet of the devout, and I have a new potion that is the fil- fil- filter of love. I'd love to hear what that's about.
You can read it
And
as a
what else,
description.
boss? What else do I have? Well, the filter of love says the next time you see a creature within 10 minutes after having drank the filter, you become charmed by that creature for 1 hour. If the creature is of a species and gender you are normally attracted to, you regard it as your true love while you are charmed. This potion's rose-hued effervescent liquid contains one easy to miss bubble shaped like a heart. Okay, so I want to use that on somebody sometime, not myself, that's for sure.
You just drink your own potion and just fall in love with yourself for an hour.
Oh yeah, I can do a little Narcissus thing, look right in the
I was about to say,
mirror.
Sari's going to go find a puddle and just stare into it for an hour.
I look good.
I look so good.
Sari just puts her hand into the water. Hey,
Hey, handsome. Uh, was I gonna? Is there anything else coming, boss?
anything else in
It
there
should
that
be in your inventory.
I thought I
Yeah,
was gonna
The
get
other
3
necklace.
things.
Well, you
I
sent that.
I sent you all 10, and then I sent you the 3 top. But right now, the only new thing I see is the
There it is. Okay.
amulet. Oh, necklace of prayer beads.
That's what I was
Magic
misreading.
beads made from aquamarine, black pearl, and topaz, and non-magical beads. If a magic bead is removed, that beast loses its magic. 6 types of magic. Okay. DM decides. All right. That sounds cool. Anything else? I
Yep, you
thought I
should
had
see it.
3. Okay,
Weapon.
I'm not looking, I guess. Let me try. Let me see if I can see it. And
Here's a weapon.
okay, it's gonna be up with my weapons. Oh, the javelin of lightning. Cool.
All right.
Excellent. When you hurl it and speak its command word, it transforms into a bolt of lightning, forming a line 5 feet wide that extends out from you to the target within 120 feet. Nice. Awesome. Thank you.
You can fucking smite people now.
Thanks, Opal, for putting all that together.
And now, Kozak, are you there? Okay, I'm going to
Repeating.
do my own stuff then. While I wait for Kozak to respond. Which would be 3 items, 1 more piece of equipment, and 2 consumables.
Identifying time. 2 more. So that one. Identified.
Ooh, Stone of Good Luck.
Identified. Identified. Voila.
Oh, cool. Okay. Stone of Good Luck, a Potion of Gaseous Form, and a Pearl of Power. The Pearl of Power is funny.
Pearl of Power is like if they tried to do Chaos Emeralds but for girls.
What is it, Opal?
When this pearl is on your person, you can
Repeating.
use it. You can use an action to speak its command word and regain 1 expended spell slot. If the expended slot was
Oh,
of 4th level or higher, the new slot is 3rd level. Once you have used this pearl, it can't be used again until the next dawn. Very nice. The Stone of Luck just applies a +1 to ability checks and saving throws. And the Potion of Gaseous Form gives you the effects of Gaseous Form for an hour. No concentration needed.
Opal can become a fart.
Yes. Well, anybody can become a fart, really. Alright,
Alright,
there we go.
anybody else items want to get identified while we're here?
I think we were doing everyone's.
Yeah, Kozak's. Since he's the last one, I've tried to see if he wanted me to do them, but he has also not been responding. So he just gets a
man,
little
that
mystery box when he
amulet's incredible. That +2 amulet is really incredible.
I can read to you guys what this crossbow does because it's pretty cool.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Similar to Starry Form, where I can pick a different constellation, the Star Shot has different constellations that are on it. And it says the crossbow is decorated with 3 constellations. As a bonus action, you can tap one of the constellations to invoke it, expending 1 charge and producing one of the following effects. It has 3 charges every day. Or
Mm.
it has 3 charges and regains 1d3 each day. But the balance says the next time you hit a creature with a ranged attack roll using this crossbow, before the end of your next turn, you or another creature of your choice within 30 feet can regain hit points equal to 1d8 plus your proficiency bonus. Flames until the end of your next turn. When you hit a creature with a ranged attack roll using this crossbow, the attack deals an additional 2d8 fire damage.
Wow.
And rogue, until the end of your next turn, you have the invisible condition, and anything you are wearing or carrying is invisible.
Wow. That is very cool.
That's pretty stylish.
There's
Ah.
Kozik.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, do Kozik.
Kozik stuff. Let's see. Kozik stuff. This.
I don't need my stuff really identified.
Well, they're doing it anyway. Because I already started. Because I remember the first one was like, oh, well, I already kind of poured it over, so. But now you could officially know what that one is. That identified? I think that is.
Yeah, that one item just felt right. I just knew right away what it was. It was made for me.
Kozik. Ah, right. Okay. Do. So that one and
I had
third
an
thing.
unidentified hammer, light hammer.
Yeah, I got that one identified for you.
Yeah. It's exquisite. It must do extra damage in battle.
And yeah, so you're shoveling gold into the mimic and what have you. And, you know, people are identifying stuff for you.
Uh-huh. Yes, yes. And I'm looking around and I'm trying to just, take all of this in as much as I can. This is the kind of place that the dwarven sages wrote about trying to find deep in the earth. Now I'm here in one of those places. So I want to be able to tell people about all the designs on the fainting couches that we see and the filigree on the teapots that I see and stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool.
As I'm trying to put gold in the bag.
Something Kozik can tell everyone is it wasn't even deep in the earth. It was a basement.
Indeed, how
Earth
ironic.
enough.
It's merely a basement. Well, and I look over at Marius and I kind of feel sheepish for putting down his the abode of his lords.
All right. And I would probably say while you were scooping, your hand caught on what looks like a closed piece of jewelry? A locket, maybe?
Oh. Its little chain finds its way onto my glove, and I'm like, "What's that?" It looks a little different.
Do you like pop it open?
Yeah, if I can, I kind of look for the delicate clasp and try to open it.
So it pops open, and there is a series of shapes, maybe like arcane runes in a sense. But you have no idea what this thing does or is. Which luckily, look, Opal's here identifying stuff.
Have you got 10 more minutes, Sir Opal? Or Madam Opal?
Yes, I do. I did everybody else's, might as well do you. What do you need identified, Kozak?
Here's this amulet. I think I'm gonna take it with me. Do you think you could tell me what it does?
Yep. And another round of identify.
Yep, it's already unidentified. Or identified. Unidentified. Unre-identified? What? Weird.
Alright. And Kozak,
Wow.
what do you got?
It looks to be a sort of portal compass. It might help us find our way back if we do tend to find ourselves on other planes of existence. And it might help us find a way back to where we came from. It's astounding. Something of such value.
Very nice. Good to see everybody got something interesting at the very least.
Alright, who's next?
I mean, is there anybody left to identify stuff for?
I think it's just me.
Wait, didn't I do you, Zedrin?
Well, I think Cube just has to go through and
Like, I did Veldrin, then I did Zedrin.
Oh, I didn't hear the Z part.
And then I did Sari and then Kozak. Or, well, myself and then Kozak, but you know.
What about Niavara?
I was done.
So that everything's identified.
Oh wait, yeah,
Yep.
the only thing that wasn't identified of mine was
Oh.
what's
but
the
I'm
word?
saying my stuff is still unidentified. Oh, never mind. Got it.
The prayer beads.
I see it. Necklace of prayer beads. Identified. Doesn't
What
say it's
beads do
unidentified.
we have though?
We got a prayer beads and amulet. We both got that.
Oh, awesome.
Do.
Oh well,
I
that's
thought
okay.
we rolled. Didn't we? Oh, we didn't roll it.
I think
Oh.
we rolled one of them, but like unless all 6 of them are the same bead.
Emphasize the type of each bead. Ah, okay, of each bead. I was kind of doing it as you pull them, then we roll because I thought that could be funny or fun.
thought
But
we
Oh,
since
that's
it's
what I thought we were doing
identified,
too.
I also don't think that you pull them. I think that they, are reused. Like once a magic bead spell is cast, that bead cannot be used again until the next dawn.
But are
Like-
we gonna identify all 6 beads now, or you were saying Cubed, you're just gonna wait for the moment, or?
I mean, since we're casting identify, we can just lock them in.
How many options? You must have a lot of options, because
Because I thought we rolled before how many there were, but maybe we didn't.
We rolled how many
I thought you said
numbers
6.
were on there. I got 6.
Okay.
It's a 1d4
total.
plus 2 magic beads.
Oh, you got
So-
6. Oh, I was assuming 6 on mine, but because you said 6, but I have to roll a d4.
It's a D4
1d4
plus 2. So I guess it would be rolling 6 D20s, and mind you, a 20's not in this
Yes.
situation. A 20's not necessarily gonna get you an inspiration.
So you also have 6.
Yep. Unidentified. It's identified, not equipped. Okay. So Niavari, you're basically rolling 6 D20, and that's gonna determine the
Right.
beads.
Oh, that's fun. Oh, 1 each though, yeah.
Oh, that's disappointing. 3 of them are probably in the same category. Most of them are probably in the same
three.
category because I'm unlucky.
And a 2.
How do you tell which the arrow shows you? Oh, I see.
If you click it open.
A
There they are.
10. Here.
You only got 2 that are the same.
I know, but there's not 20 different spells. So there's probably like a category, like a chunk.
Oh.
Like 1 through 4 are blank and 5 through.
Oh.
You understand?
Yes.
So if
Is
you
that
look
right,
at
Cube?
the beads, like in the description, it has the
Mhm.
list of what those numbers represent, what they are.
Oh, it does.
So there are 3 things of
I don't
bless because
see
I'm
that.
cursed.
Mine doesn't have that list.
Oh, you have to look it up.
Look it up.
So look at your necklace of prayer beads if you click on it,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and you look at the description,
Yep. And I don't see.
and if you scroll down a little bit, it'll have like a chart.
No, it's only showing that. There's no
I'll link
little
it for
chart. I'm
you.
trying to scroll, but there's no other.
I'll take a
Oh,
screenshot of it for you. Sorry.
thank you. That's weird.
Now the
Mine just
one bead of wind walking, that sounds fun as fuck.
What shows it?
Did you get that?
I did because I rolled
So-
the 20.
So if you right click on the necklace and then go to like edit, that might be what you're looking for.
Ah, there it is. Sweet. Okay, should I roll 6 20s so I can get mine
Yep.
also?
Let's see what you get. And these are numbers you'll have to keep track of because I'm just gonna say these are what are getting locked in now.
Okay.
Is it possible to re-roll one of them?
What?
No. You only
When?
rolled 1 d20.
Oh, I put plus 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 to 6. Why did it only roll 1?
So
Okay.
if
So-
you click on the d20 6 times, that's
Oh,
how you
okay.
do
I
it.
thought it was the numbers down there with the plus and minus.
You've
Let me do
added
that again.
6.
There is a protocol for typing. I don't quite know what it is. I'm not the expert like these guys are, but
There you go.
Okay, there it is. Oh gosh,
Dude,
a
wind
lot
walk
fall
looks
under 6.
crazy.
I have 3 the same. Okay.
So DM, can you re-roll one of the beads?
2.
Nope. They are
Damn it.
locked in.
Damn.
You can't like no burning and inspiration because you don't want 3 prayer beads of bless.
It would only replace
I
one
got-
of those numbers. So I'll say if you burn an inspiration,
Oh no, that's
Sure.
fine. That's fine. I'm trying to get rid of one of the low ones.
if that's what you want to do with your inspiration.
Easy clap. One more bead of curing. I don't care. That means I don't have to prep that as often. Now, I would have loved to get a branding smite, but you know, sometimes the gods do not look upon us favorably.
And it's curing 16. So, like under bless, like what is like?
Basically, if you
So,
click on bless, where it says like bless,
Yeah.
it says you
Yep,
bless
I'm
up to 3
clicking on it,
creatures
but-
within range. Whenever a target makes an attack roll or saving throw before the spell ends, the target adds 1d4 to the attack or save.
Okay. Yeah, for some reason I'm clicking away, but I'm not getting anything. So very weird. All right. I'm gonna re-roll also because I've got like 3 of the.
You got 3
Let's see.
blesses.
I have 3 blesses, so I'm gonna re-roll 1.
Remember to burn the inspiration for it.
Yep. Okay, well, I got 2 of those.
And
And
that's
I
greater
can
restoration.
and can you tell me what that is? Because it's not doing anything when I click, I can't read it.
You touch a creature and magically remove one of the following effects. You remove 1 level of exhaustion, the charmed effect or petrified condition, a curse including the target's attunement to a cursed magic item. So it's basically remove curse spell. Any reduction to the target's ability scores, and also any reduction to the target's hit point maximum. Sound familiar?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Well, so sorry wasn't here, and I don't know that we went. I I wasn't sure if we said that specifically during the recap. But one of the nasty things about the tentacle monster that we came across recently, the most recent one, was if it hit you, it would reduce your maximum hit points. It wouldn't just do damage, it would literally, like, if your health is 50, if it hit you for 3 points, it would take off 3 points. Your health is now 47, like, total. It can't go above it.
Oh, ever? No.
No,
Yeah.
it fixed after arrest.
Yes, but it's like
Oh.
in the moment, yes. We didn't know the condition would be reversed. So greater restoration is something that reverses that.
Okay,
It's
thank
really,
you.
really,
Very
really
cool.
strong.
Okay,
If someone
very
was
cool.
afflicted permanently, that would cure it.
Okay, very cool. Thank you.
Or if one of these items were cursed and you figured out it was cursed.
Mhm.
Which would be funny if the cursed item was one of the necklace of prayer beads.
That would be so funny.
Mm.
Okay, so that's
2, 3. Loot session.
So I basically no longer need to prepare bless ever.
yeah, right. What's the lesser restoration? Greater restoration.
Removes conditions like blindness.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it's poison and couple things.
Like smaller conditions. Think like
Yeah.
the mundane sorts of illnesses.
Okay. Well, would you include poisons in that and stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I mean by mundane.
Okay. Yeah, not like you losing hit points.
Because there are some situations where a long rest won't necessarily restore your hit point maximum. Because there's some afflictions that keep that number down.
Oh.
Luckily for you, this wasn't one of them yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now that you have that, that you've unlocked a new ability, Greater Restoration. The DM has also unlocked a new ability. I get to use things that force you to use Greater Restoration. You enjoy that.
That's fun.
Hey,
And
we
you
all level
also
up.
we actually only have 2 of them to like go between. Actually, no. Yeah, you have 2 total greater restorations for the whole
Yes.
party.
Yes.
That's it.
That's
Hope
not.
that Sorry loves you.
And I think this is. But also keep in mind, with all these magic items in tow, you still can only have 3 items attuned at a time.
um,
Hmm.
what do you
I-
mean? What does that mean?
Certain items require attunement to use, their abilities. You can only be attuned to 3 items at any given time.
So but the prayer beads are one item, so I would still have access to all of those spells on that one item,
Yep.
I don't think you
right?
actually require attunement to use them.
Oh, you do.
Oh, attunement required.
It says right at
Mhm.
top, yeah.
All of the items that I just got require attunement.
There's the amulet.
So that's 4.
Oh, the amulet requires retake.
Well, only 3 of the 4 items I scanned here require attunement. Though it's all of the fun items.
2 of mine too. Okay.
Mhm.
And basically, to attune to something, it's a short rest. So you can say, I want to attune to item. Well, let's see if you have 3. Item number 4 and drop item number 2. But, it takes an hour to do that. And that would, if you're trying to identify stuff normally, then that, you have to pick between attuning to an item or identifying an item via non-identify spell.
Okay. But if you have I only have 2 items that I have to attune anyway, so I could always have those ones attuned, right?
Let's see.
The
If
problem
you have 2, you're usually pretty good.
Okay.
2 amulets. Don't need to attune to a +1. Nope. Okay. All right, so what do y'all want to do now?
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, it feels like we've been here ages.
Forever.
Yes, we weren't meant to stay here forever, although, in some ways it could be nice.
What do you mean, Kozik? Scoop, scoop.
Kozik likes all these shiny things.
I can't
he's
blame him.
slowly turning into a dragon. I'm convinced.
This is a place of legend. I'll always
It's a
remember this.
basement.
Legend? You just heard about it when you got here.
Well, it will become legendary. I mean, look around you. So much wealth has never been accumulated.
I mean, I'm pretty certain it has.
And to
Well,
hear the
but to come
tales of your
upon
own, to hear the tales of dwarven kingdoms, I thought this would be nothing to you.
this horde is vast, and this horde is sophisticated, but alas, it's not meant to be dwelled in. Who knows? Maybe I fear that we'll never be able to come back here.
Right. So, Marius, as far as you're concerned, what now?
He shrugs. Good
I mean,
question.
we seal this place up. Do we need to get you somewhere?
He gestures, holds a hand up and gestures around him. This is where I've been. This is the only place I know.
Well, would you like to come with us?
He shakes his head.
Are you saying you're going to stay down here?
Down here. No. That's all he said. He's short and blunt about it.
Yep. Gotten that from Marius. Gotten that impression. Everything's short and blunt.
So, are you done acquisitioning riches from a fallen empire?
Hmm.
As he's moving towards the exit, where at this point, if you follow him, you would see that there's like a bunch of like severed tendrils at the door. They look like they had been hacked off.
Ugh. That's quite
Some left over from
visceral.
the battle.
I did what I could to stall the creature getting to you. That's all I know. That's all I can do. That's all my life has ever been worth.
Oh,
Stalling.
Marius. Brother, that's just bad, and it's not true.
Is it? Truth. What is truth? Could it be a pile of gold? An artifact? Magic? Memory? What is truth?
But listen, mate, besides this big pile of gold that you were all protecting, you had a life with your friends and with your mates and your fellow soldiers, and you protected each other and cared for each other and fought together and watched each other's backs, and you had a life, and you lived and were good to one another. That's a worthy life,
And
and those
he
memories
actually
are
interrupts
worthy.
you and slams a fist into like the door, like the wall. And what did that get me? Where did all that lead? Friends. Yeah, that means so much now, doesn't it? A memory of what was, a memory of them dying, a memory of making compatriots and cohorts to defend treasure, to fight against something that was going to win in an inevitable war. You've seen them. They're still here. We are not. And the only husk left of what we were is this. And he kicks over some coin. Those memories will be here in my mind. But everything that led up to it was a farce. That, the lies, that the deceit, being told that there's something greater to fight for. And this is what we have to show for it. This is the rest of our kingdom, our glory, our great pantheon that is. And he looks up, feels so distant now. This is what we have left. This is the memory of our kingdom. This is the legend we're going to leave behind. If
I may
anyone even remembers it.
Zed's gonna kind of
Wasted.
almost like counter a bit and interrupt. Yeah, I think you got it all wrong. You're looking around this room as things that are left behind. But everything that you just mentioned about your people live on forever within you. You are left behind. You're the representation of your people. Everything, all of their accomplishments, all of their stories, all those amazing memories that you carry inside, you can share and keep those memories intact. Spread that word. Nothing in this room might ever be seen again. That's not going to affect your people in the slightest. But you can. You living like this, hold up here, down on yourself, upset at the things that you've lost, and not embracing the things that you've experienced. The love that you've had with folks, the bonding memories, the ties, the battles that you fought with people that you would have given your life for, and they did you that same service. You're a knight. You should feel honor about what you and your people have done.
Then by that same code, then I have every right to feel the rage and frustration that they would if they were here.
You do.
That you do.
It is a true horror what has happened here. A tragedy has befallen you and your people. The question is now how you're going to rebuild from it.
And
The truth is that every people, this is their fate. Every single person, this is their fate. Every people, this is their fate. Over time, this is all that's left of anybody. And you've had the misfortune to have been imprisoned in time and to see it this far back.
sorry, he isn't just upset about the fact that they are dead, but that this is what they died for.
Oh, I know, I know.
He feels lied to.
Yeah, I know.
Well, will you leave with us, Sir Marius? Or will you linger here for a while?
In this specific room, no. I owe it to them to at least say prayers to whatever's left for us out there. And
All
he
right, well,
just
I'm gathering
gestures to the
Marius.
everything
door.
Yeah.
Maurice,
He quirks a brow at his name being mentioned.
Hello?
Hello? Someone said Marius. And that was it.
No, I was thinking I was getting my stuff together, and I think Marius was gesturing to leave, right?
Uh-oh.
Ah, that's why. Our internet connection go poof.
I got I got kicked off again.
Yep, you said Marius went quiet and then disconnected.
Oh, I was asking Marius if his people had a belief about their souls or their spirits living on after death.
Believed in something. But I don't know what to believe anymore.
But did your people believe that you went on after you died?
To be ushered to the Father again. the great Bahamut.
Well, then they're not really gone, are they?
One could only hope.
And you know what, Marius? Even though you were lied to about what you were fighting for, you fought with honor, and so did all your people. And you lived a life of honor, and that's really what matters.
I mean, I can hold a ceremony for them, a proper funeral if you would like.
Well, that's a great idea.
Try and lay
Of-
their souls to rest.
Veldrin's going to step toward him. Marius, I don't understand the level of what you are dealing with. But I understand being lied to by the people who told you they were steering you in the right direction. I understand the rage at them and at yourself for buying into it. I understand the heartbreak at finding out that everything that you were taught was wrong. I don't know what advice to give to help. I am at the beginning of figuring all of that out myself. But if you ever need an ear, I am here to speak, to talk. I know you don't want to leave necessarily, but sometimes leaving the place where everything happened is better.
He snorts a little bit, and a little plume of smoke comes out of his draconic nostrils. Hmm. No truer words have been spoken. And he gestures to the door again.
I'm talking about you as well.
Oh, I'm leaving. This travesty. And he just starts walking out. Like if nobody else, because he's basically like he was waiting for you guys to head out first, but if nobody goes first, he's just gonna start heading out.
Neovar will pop up and follow right along.
Yeah, Veldrin will leave as well.
Because this is levels of fucked up she had not yet thought possible. I wonder if Mom has something like this. Have you ever wondered that, Vel?
I didn't have to wonder.
You know.
I did.
I guess I'm part of the torture chamber prison, aren't I?
So is
I
everybody
guess.
walking out?
Yep.
Yep, I take a last long look around and kind of walk backwards on my heels a little bit, and then turn around and
Wait.
follow everybody out.
Wait, Kozak. Go for a scoop of gold.
One more scoop of ice cream on the way out.
Tuck it into the boot.
Opal is opening her bag of holding and taking a few scoops of gold. Let's go. All right, let's go.
All right, so you all exit this room of opulence, treasure, greed, lies, deceit, death, destruction. Pretty much everything good and everything bad all bundled into a single large enclosure.
And I say goodbye to my steed. Until next time, beautiful.
So you unsummon it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And you all head back into the through the door, through the hallway, or like into the hallway where, you know, there was the motifs and what have you. And who's the last one out?
Either
Probably
me or
Kozik
somebody
because
else.
he's walking slowly.
All right. I mean, the door's still open. It's just you walk out. You're just the one close to the door.
I was gonna say Zed's probably gonna close the door if no one else was going to.
Good idea.
As soon as
So
she's out, she's removing her. She's donning once more her drow appearance. She's like, "Ugh, finally, gods above."
all right, the door slams shut with the resounding, you know, resounding crash, as it were.
He's gonna try and spin the the wheeled sort of crank, uh, try and seal it back up.
It does not budge. Like you close the door, but it doesn't seem to be locking.
Standing where he is, he's gonna blink into the raven's eyes and just make sure nothing has changed up there.
Nope. Same old.
He's gonna kind of blink back a little bit, and I don't know, is everyone standing around or are people like moving on?
I guess going outside or whatever. I guess the regalia that keeps this door open should be, or maybe we're not all the way outside yet. I'm not sure, but
I'm just wondering if anyone's standing next to Zed while he's trying to lock the door.
sure I am.
Um, so he's probably gonna. You probably see him struggle trying to turn this thing, and I think Kozik was actually the first person that touched the door to get it to start, get it started to open. So
Must
it's
we
the
tell
door's
lies
closed.
to? Do we have to lie to each other to get the door to close?
I'm not sure.
I'm
The
a perfectly
mechanism's
happy,
stuck, though.
well-adjusted individual. There is nothing wrong with my family.
I want all the gold in that room.
I want none of it. Leave it all there.
Well, it seems Zed's the one touching the door right now.
Also, I mean, yeah, we were having. Like, that's why I was asking who all's around still.
Bit of fun.
I am.
So yeah, so Zed, and I guess Zed just kind of leaning over to Kozik. So when we got the door open, we were all kind of like trying to speak our truths, and then it said that it would open, and if we spoke lies like you were suggesting that it'd close. You feel like to get it locked up again, we just got to tell a whole bunch of fibs.
Yes, indeed.
Well, to be honest, I've met more noble folk than you before.
Well, I don't resent that in any way.
You know, I actually do know who my parents are.
There we go. Now it locks.
Oh, that did it. All right. I think we get out of here.
All right, trundle, trundle, trundle.
So you make your way through the hallway, back to that isolated room with the ladder. Make your way up the ladder and back out into the original room. Which, yeah, let me remove some of these since.
Why is my screen all black? I'm gonna read.
There we go. So you're back up in that room. The remains of that. Oh wait, no, you moved that one, didn't you? I remember you moved the construct's body. Which one?
This
was
one
it?
had the big dude out front of the door. It was like blocking it that we had to walk over.
That's what it was. Okay. No, I just had it hit on the hidden layer because you guys were below. I kind of went to hide that.
Yeah.
So yeah, the
Uh,
remains of that big construct, the hole in the wall, the battle damage is still here. Like, you know, doesn't seem like time has passed really, other than the amount of time that you spent down there.
Zed's gonna recall the Raven back over to him, and he's gonna kind of step over to Marius and uh, gesture over to the suit of arms that has the sword and the shield that we use to get that door kind of to work. Like Marius, honestly, mate, I think those two sort of things, unless you feel different, I kind of think that those belong to you. And like more or less, we know kind of what they do as far as opening these doorways and whatnot. So with them in your possession, you'd be in control of who can enter and exit here. You know.
Indeed. And with me, and he starts walking over, and he just unceremoniously grabs the sword and shield. And with me, the final legacy of this travesty. And he walks back over. Boop. And he moves over to the construct and looks down on it. All those years fighting you, I wonder if we were the aggressors. All the lies they told us. And he just gets lost in thought again.
Can I insight check?
Yeah.
Basically wondering if is he Is he kind of like doubling down on his sentiments that he's felt this whole time, or is he having a change of thought in some way, shape, or form?
He's starting to wonder if even fighting these things was them defending anything. If 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 his kingdom were, just based on what he says, if his group were the ones that aggravated them and their retaliation was just so much more superior than theirs that they got pushed back as hard as they did.
Interesting part about that is there is a portal side here that could have been used at some point to infiltrate the other area to maybe spark conflict. And to that sort of point that Cube was just saying, this was maybe their retaliation.
Mhm.
Mhm.
That's what I was thinking as well, is as Marius was speaking about this, we could take the sword and go to Mechanus.
Take the sword and what?
Go to Mechanus.
Oh,
Holy shit.
I don't
Also,
see a need for that.
like Kozik, didn't you just say that you got something that some sort of like compass that would let us know if we did go somewhere through some sort of like portal or whatnot, that you'd be able to find the way back as long as it's open?
Well,
As long as it's traversable. It's one of those things where it's like if somebody drops you in the ocean, you might know
No,
which
yeah, that's
way's
what I'm
north,
saying.
but getting to
Like
that point.
if
he would
there's,
know
it says,
where
I
the
think it
portal
says if
is.
there's
Yeah,
an
it would just point in the
open
direction.
portal, it tells us where that is to get back.
So unless anything happens to it, we would know at least the direction we came from. Or Kozik would.
Are you suggesting that we go to this place with all these big mechanical creatures potentially programmed to beat the shit out of us? That's where we should go instead of moving on to that damn library we've been trying to get to forever and get
I'm
on
not
those
much of a
astral
reader
ships.
personally, but
We're looking for a
I do
map.
see where you're coming from. However, it would be interesting that like these creatures, well, constructs, I guess, they're like, we don't really know anything about them, and on the maybe drastic hypothesis that they aren't bad at all, this was literally a response to something. If we showed up non-threatening, what are the chances that they're so again? Like, didn't wasn't it Opal that had some sort of knowledge of just like general like operations? If they were just all aggressive all the time, I I feel like they'd be funneling through that thing. Anyway,
And
it's just a
to
thought.
that point, when we fought, as long as I didn't attack them, they rarely attacked me.
That wasn't my experience. They
Oh, but hear me
You
out.
were
Hear me out.
actively fighting. I was
Hear me out.
not.
We were wondering why Marius was encapsulated. Now, let's know. I think Zed's kind of trying to like he's a bit soft spoken. Even if Marius can hear him, he's like trying not to be offensive. But let's just say, like Marius himself didn't do anything wrong. He was unaware of why this was happening. But let's say that his people at some point in time, years and years ago, because like this has been going on. Like, let's say they started it, and the reason that these folks were here was to contain them so that they stopped attacking potentially. Arius was being contained. He was not being attacked when we found him. And the reason that we started being attacked is, well, we were interfering with that containment process. If they were just trying, again, just perspective is all. If they were trying to prevent themselves from being attacked, And their answer was to detain folks. Granted, Marius said that there was a lot of conflict, but we don't
But
really
everyone
know.
else is dead but Marius.
That
It's
had
also
been going.
been
That conflict had
500
been.
years.
The conflict has been going on for a long, long time. And if the final answer was we want an end to it, we're gonna just encapsulate folks that are involved. Marius, they don't know he was just here protecting the facility. They just saw him as a potential threat because maybe they've been being attacked this whole time. We don't really know. Granted, all of Marius's folks are gone, but we've also killed many of the constructs as well. I don't know how you feel about the, you know, the life of a robot, but you know, it's all just a thought here. And to Veldrin's point, maybe if we show up, we don't immediately get attacked. And he's going to look over and kind of glance at Opal. We have a construct with us.
I mean, okay. I mean, I'm a different kind of construct to these guys. Do you think they would
Yeah.
even associate me with them?
Well,
Unlike them, I wasn't made. I was born.
but we don't know what all
Or
exists
programmed. You
there.
weren't programmed either, I imagine.
Right, but
No.
this is a glimpse into that society. We've never been there. We don't know. There could be more folk like you there, Opal.
That is true. And the prospect would be interesting.
I also think
Right,
that
All I'm-
Marius
that's a
deserves
nice.
closure. I
That's
think
such a
Marius
lovely
deserves closure.
story.
Sorry.
That's
All
a
I'm
great
saying
story,
is
but we
we've
don't
gone.
know if that's the way it is. I mean, you made a nice tale, and I love it, and that'd be delightful if it were true, but we don't know
Well, not really,
that.
because that'd be an awful tale. That would mean that Marius's kin were actually
Being personally
the
I
wrong.
meant
to
the
these
part
people.
about them
But I
not
get it.
being.
No, all I'm saying is we don't we have an option, and I to Veldrin's point, I'm personally not completely dismissing it. We've gone. I just want to, for some perspective, I'm an orphan that grew up in the docks in Huntersville Harbor that had never seen more than like a handful of folks in a given week. Ended up on a ship where I sailed with a crew, like less than 20 of us, for a good share of my life up to this point. And since I met you all, I ended up in the Underdark, in the Feywild, back here, going through some sort of portals, into a mimic's belly, which we had to fight our way out of. At this point, I'm not necessarily opposed to just be like, well, what the fuck is next? You want to go to Mechanus? All right, fine. Like, personally, that's where I'm at. So you all, I might not have felt like you're dipping your toes in places you don't belong already, but I've been doing that this whole fucking time.
You know, he provides an excellent point.
He
And,
does.
you know, I would be lying if I said I wasn't curious. I think even in comparison to Zed, my upbringing was a little more restrained. Not restrained. Very small. So I see where Zed's coming from.
I guess I don't feel that excited about these robot creatures. I guess. I mean, they're not. I'm not that excited about them or interested in them. You know. I mean,
What are
there's
we
some now. There's somebody. There's some kind of non-construct people that made them and that programmed them, and that's the. You know, that's. I guess that's interesting. I just. Oh, we've had a few bad scrapes going through portals to who knows where. So I guess I'm just a bit reticent, but
It'll be fun.
you know, and eager to
Zed,
be on with our journey. I'm looking forward to being in the astral ship and whatnot one of these years. But
Zed's
yeah, I'm
gonna
That's
reach out. He's gonna put his arm
not that
around Sari.
excited about
He's gonna
metal people.
he's gonna dig into his pocket and he's gonna pull out the flask and he's gonna hand it over to Sari or like extend it out, one arm around Sari and one hand kind of reaching out with the flask. All right, so I completely understand where you're coming from. We put ourselves in a lot of bad positions, and I will say, and he's gonna kind of glance with his arms around Sari and he's looking kind of down because Sari's a bit shorter than him. And he's gonna glance up to his shoulder just for a fleeting moment, just to kind of acknowledge little one, and then look back down at Sari, just dead in the eyes, just kind of with the not a big smile, but you can tell he's just got a pleasant demeanor. Some of the worst things that we've actually gone through have led to some of the best things that we've ever come across. And he's gonna look up and kind of glance up at little one again. We had to go through hell and back, fighting a demon of a fella, quite literally, that was running a town full of folks, driving him to the ground and starving them. And, well, I've never felt like I've had a family before that, outside of being with the crew, and then we found little one, and I've run into you all. I feel like, you got ups and downs, trials and tribulations, but let's just say we go to Mechanus and you come across finding maybe your next best friend, eh? You never know.
Oh, give me that damn flask, mate. Jeez. Christ. And she takes a big swig and shoves it back at him and says, "Bye, let's go. Bless it."
Oh goodness. Well, I go where the party goes.
Veldrin is going to retrieve the sword.
Although I don't really know what we're meant to do when we get there.
Which sword? Oh, that one. Okay.
Or why we
The-
want to be around messy
sword that-
people, but okay.
Sorry, you're saying that while there is someone who is not made of flesh.
No,
in the
just let
party.
me gripe. Just let me gripe. You can't reason with griping. You just can't.
Griper, no gripey.
I'll get over it.
All right, so they are going to be heading to this area.
Sari just has this image in her head of these astral ships, like just flying through the stars, and she's just been enamored with the thought ever since she learned about these things from you guys, and she's like just so excited to someday be on one of these ships. So she's kind of always looking forward that way.
I think
Oh.
Zed just at this point, he's just kind of like he's got his arm around Sari and he's just kind of like doing the almost like big brother thing, just like kind of pulling her in, almost like giving noogies. Aye, we're gonna be all right. I'm gonna watch your back, eh?
Yeah, I know it. You know I'm there for you.
Me too. The one holds up a talon.
Zed's gonna reach a fist up and attempt to fist bump little one for the first time.
And Sari pulls a coin out of her pocket and gives it to little one.
He is able to interpret your message.
He's growing up.
And he headbutts it.
That actually tracks.
That's cute. That's so cute.
So where is the party headed now?
I think
Guess
unless
back to
anyone
the
wants to,
building with the portal.
yeah, if anyone else wants to go do something, we can do anything else. But I think we were gonna go. Oh, was it up north? That building that had the big hole?
I
Yep.
think
Because it was in like the lab area, right? Okay.
yeah, that one.
I'll just do this.
What did you? Oh, okay. Well, thank you.
We all moved during the commercial break.
Oh, we're here.
So you're
Um,
hopping back into the hole because this is the building.
Back
yeah,
into
I
the
was gonna
hole with
say
the fog or the dark.
that's what I was about to ask about. Is that darkness still there?
It is.
So Zed's gonna stand kind of at the edge.
Huh.
This is odd. I don't know what's causing this. And he's gonna send the raven down through the darkness in hopes that that doesn't cancel him being able to see through its eyes.
So you send it through the darkness.
Yeah, basically like down until it might get to the floor
Ah.
or something.
Oh, nothing's changed then.
Okay, so it's just same room. Everything's good.
I
Zed,
mean,
I
stuff's
wonder
been
if you
knocked
could
over, but
Yeah, right.
I wonder if you could send that thing through a portal and be able to see what's ahead through the portal.
We can fucking try.
That'd be
I've tried to
great to
do something
try,
like
eh?
I've tried to do something like that with the mage hand before to maybe like a lesser degree, and just kind of like instantly it was almost like I got nothing, but it's worth a shot. And as he says that, Zed's just gonna hop in.
Yep,
Yep.
Sorry's hopping too.
Let's go.
and there was a grappling hook that somebody attached. They want to climb down and not just jump.
Yeah, I already attached
Alright.
it.
Grappling hook. Wee.
All right,
Come on,
and
guys.
Veldrin Niavara.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nevar jumped like a lunatic.
I mean, Veldrin's the one with the sword, so
Now that everybody's jumped in, Veldrin leaves the room.
yeah, Veldrin's like peace.
Belgian takes this moment to get away from his sister once again.
He pours his heart out and then lied.
Just like a dark elf. Yay.
So you're back in that basically like a big old room, like smithy, like tools everywhere, like anvils, unlit forges, like the whole workshop. And
Oh, I do
if you
love this place.
and since you guys jumped down, you would see like that claw arm look like it was reaching up to like pull something down, like through the fog, but you guys jumped down. And let me move this while they're over there. Hold on. There we go.
Wee.
So yeah, you're basically back in this area. Nothing's changed since last you were here. Everything is as you left it.
Veldrin's gonna go put the sword in the slot.
Wink. So you go over to it, and yeah, basically it fits perfectly.
Is there anything else that needs to be done?
Well, let's see. Zed, you want to try sending your raven through?
Well, to put the sword in, Veldrin is in the center of the portal.
Yep. Well, where you would imagine it would be anyway. Toad. But nothing seems to change.
Do we actually know how to do this?
There's a hole and the sword that fits in it.
Oh, let's not talk about that. Oh, no, sorry. Never mind.
Oh,
I appreciate it. You had so many chances to say it. You ignored it.
so does the portal open up around Veldrin, or
Nope.
did Veldrin step back and then it opens up?
Nothing has changed.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So it needs something more than just putting the sword in the key. I wonder if that shield also has a purpose that we don't know yet. I mean, it took the shield and the sword at the other place, so maybe there's somewhere we need to put the shield.
I'm wondering if
Question
there's
mark?
like some sort of magical incantation or something. Because this is all like assuming based in magic. Like the sword being in that little spot, there's a mechanical connection, but something's got to grease the wheel, so to speak, right?
Hmm.
And then
I
you
wouldn't
cast
know where to
grease.
start.
Ah, yes, casting grease. Hmm.
Well, didn't we OOC? Well, I'm gonna ask this and then ask. I didn't we attempt to fuck up the sigil that was on the ground? Like, did we break the connection?
We had talked about it, certainly.
I encourage it
Pretty
not
sure that
to
I
be
watched.
destroyed.
Pretty sure I watched
Marius,
Kozik break his hammer hitting it.
Yeah.
So, like, then OOC, did we actually like break that connection?
Sure.
Can we investigate it or something?
Yeah, you could do an arcana.
Can we do a group arcana? Because my arcana, oh, it's not bad, but
Group
since if
Arcana
it's bad,
Sash.
I'll give it a shot. I think other people can too. Let's see.
ew.
Opal.
Zed, Zed understands nothing.
You see, Zed's talking about the portal and the sigil, and he's like looking off like at something completely different.
See, so 722.
And I kind of look at the whole situation there, and I sort of narrow my eyes and I'm thinking about it in a magic kind of philosophical way.
All right. And before I say any results, I want to keep that natty 1.
That sounds like a bad things will happen if you do.
Or it could be a great thing to happen. You never know.
He kicks a pebble back into place. The portal activates.
Veldrin gets sent to Mechanus.
Zed's already had a lot of bad ideas today, so I'll just stick with the nat 1.
All right. So Opal and Kozik, you two are like, could the connection be broken? Like, what will we do? We have the sword. We have the sword. We have the stone. What could be missing? And just as like you two are kind of putting your heads together, everybody's kind of chiming in, like, what if, and pointing at things and being like, well, maybe if this and this and that. And you two, you were like on the brink of a discovery. And at that moment, Zed chimes in. What would Zed say with that natural 1? Just like the most out of nowhere, obscure, random thought that probably seems at best tangential to this topic that you're trying to think of. The wheels in Zed's head is turning.
Oh,
There's
sorry,
smoke coming out of Zed's
I
ears.
cut out. So, what did you ask?
What's
Or what
Zed
am I supposed to
saying
do?
with the Nat 1 Arcana? Just like
Oh,
the most obscure, out of nowhere thing that just seems in your head seems like the perfect idea, but in reality is just like everybody else to be like, what is wrong with you?
Oh my god! And Zed's pointing again, like everyone's focused on this like portal, and I'm picturing like Zed's pointing at like this robotic arm. It's got a hand. They do have feelings.
Well,
What?
sure. Okay.
So, anyways, Kozak, where were we?
What
It,
did you say?
and at that point, you kind of forgot what you were thinking of at that random comment.
I have perfect memory, and you still managed to fast track me away from what we were thinking about.
Huh? What are y'all doing? Why aren't y'all focusing on a? Oh god, I was looking at the wrong thing.
Yeah, huh.
Are we
Not
doing
really
it?
what-
I don't know. Are we, Zed?
It's not opening.
2 success.
Right. Well, and Zed's gonna wave his hands around. Fucking open.
Fucking open. The one that mimics.
Go.
And at that point, we wrap up session.
Teaching him his first curse word.
Ah, yes. Zed hit us with a verbal flashbang. The
I
rarest.
bet that's
of
not the
D&D.
first one.
Oh,
Little one
yeah.
hit you with it.
Is Marius even with us?
Somewhere.
Marius with us.
Being
Okay.
sad.
He's like,
Marius
I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna be sad. You guys go to another dimension without me. Maybe he doesn't want to go.
Marius is
That would be
looking
so
for a
real of
place to
him.
get blasted and forget. He'll be fine. Probably. I mean, we killed everything here. Also, again, probably.
I guess we'll never see that shining spire in the east that we were going for. We'll be back.
We'll be back in 3 years. Also
And
known
you
as
guys
3
were
weeks in
you
time.
guys were getting so close. Like as I've been tracking the movement on the overworld map.
No, don't tell us that. Fuck.
I don't have to tell you that. You
What
Opal would
you
know
mean
exactly. Hold on,
Nah.
because Opal has the
I
perfect
mean, I
memory.
haven't
What you
seen the
mean?
map in a while.
The movement in the overworld map? You've been tracking it? Meaning I'm missing something.
Don't
Just
worry
like
about it.
the overall.
I mean, I know the big map you're talking about. I remember the map,
Yeah.
but I mean, is there something we were about to get to or something like that that you're saying?
I think he was saying we were just making good progress toward where we were going.
Oh. Oh yeah. Sorry, had to.
The portal isn't open. We haven't gone anywhere. We're still just as close as we were.
Yep.
Maybe
We're
we
over
could
here.
still go to the library, just not meant to be.
Sorry. It's like, oh shucks. Okay,
Gosh
guys.
darn it.
And we're supposed to get right here, if I recall it correctly.
Yep. If you hit the little journal notes thing. It'll show you all the stuff on the map that you recall.
That is drawing tools. Oopsie daisy. Ah!
The journal notes.
No, don't worry. I can see it. Ugh. You guys want to? You know what?
That'll be
Can
a
I say this
discussion for
out here?
later.
Feck. I can't even spoil it now.
That was a fun session. Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
good.
That was fun. Yeah. Thanks,
We all
everyone.
got to play around.
I'm glad that so I know we took a lot of time during this session just to identify those items, but I was thinking about it. It's going to take time anyway, eventually to identify them just based on mechanics.
Yeah.
And it would kind of be a shame if we just got all these items and it's just like we can't make any use of them. It's like, yeah, you have cool stuff, but you don't know what it is, and so you're not going to use it for another month.
Yeah.
No, it's totally cool that we do that because now we'll be able to use them if something comes up.
Turd.
We're getting sidetracked and we're so close. So close.
I didn't want. I'm
I
here
think-
for it. But
Preach
it's like,
into the
all right.
choir, mate.
Well, what's interesting though is so we were having these discussions, and just like last thing I'll say is it's I think it's good we're ending here, and that I guess the portal's not open because Opal, having this map in her head, knows where we are in relation to where we were going. So it could be in the moment where we were having the discussion of saying like, well, we should go check out Mechanus. That wasn't something that any of us thought of.
Well,
So that
remember
we
we
didn't
were
have that
coming-
counterpoint of Opal being like, we're right there. Let's maybe not do
Right.
this.
When we came back from the Feywild, it's like, okay, we're going back to the material plane, and we spent all the time getting there, and then right before, it's like, hey guys, why are we doing this again? Do we really want to?
Yeah, right,
like,
exactly.
What? Yeah. Yes. Let's go. Yeah. Fair enough.
So, but yeah, it's cool. That was a fun session for sure.
And more sad
Yeah,
boy
awesome.
Marius.
Oh yeah.
I feel like
Little
we're going to
cheering
come
up.
back from here and Marius is going to be gone.
And you know what? That's fine.
Marius
Are
is
you-
on his emo boy phase.
Emo boy Marius. 500 years and all of my friends are dead.
Right on. I'm
The
signing off.
All
Yeah.
right.
Next
I'm
time.
gonna
All right,
go watch
Cozy.
Andor.
Feel better, dude.
Thanks.
Yeah. Everyone
Thanks a
had a
lot,
great
guys.
night.
Later.
Yeah. Have
Yep.
a great week,
Y'all
everyone.
take care. I'll see you
you
next week.
next time. Bye.
Bye. So, as soon as I can find the proper scene, there it is. That being said, that was episode 112. Trinkets and bobbles. I will indeed hydrate, but I want to wrap up first and get y'all's. Oh, we must be doing a different time. Yeah. So with that, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for hanging out. For those of you watching on the old Ubles Tubles, we do this. I guess technically Twitch and Ubles Tubles. We do this every Tuesday at 7:40, give or take. And that's Pacific. For y'all's on the Ubles Tubles, we do this over on Twitch, Twitch TV/cubed22and2. So that was a lot of fun. We got a bunch of items identified. So less of me having to be like, well, here's this thing, but this could be really useful for them, but they're not. So now they have that information. Gotta make sure I have the right scene here for the in between. Let's go with that one. But yeah, tomorrow we'll be back at it at 5:30 Pacific. So give or take 2 hours earlier than when we started today. I think that's all the announcements. So with that, I hope you have, like I said, I hope you have a wonderful morning, evening, or whatever is in between. It is in between for you, and hopefully we catch you guys again soon. But until that point comes to fruition, I wish you all a lovely evening. I guess for you all VOD watchers, whatever's. So with that, I'm out of here. Bye.